Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Saphead Complex, it's time to begin our program. So if you're sitting with your back to me, you might want to turn around. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mark Shepard, and I'm a compulsive songwriter. And I write songs about everything all the time, which the people who know me well and love me often find annoying. Particularly the early morning songs. But this one, I think you all might enjoy, since we're coming up on Thanksgiving. And there's a lot of gratitude flowing in me right now for all the help that the roadies have put in for this event. Can we have a round of applause for the roadie family, please? And this beautiful, beautiful location that they have offered to us. And a round of applause also for the people that founded the Brick Chapel in 1815. Beautiful little church in the middle of a farm community. And part of what we're doing here tonight is to raise some funds for the Brick Chapel and also to build some community in this age of digital telephone lostness. And so this is a sing-along, and if you don't sing along, that's okay, just move your mouth and pretend you are. The chorus is, I am grateful. We've had a spell. Clean up on aisle 5. Clean up on aisle 5. I am grateful for the people who challenge me to grow, and for all the friends who I may not yet know. I am grateful for the lessons that I thought were mistakes, that looking back were really very lucky breaks. I am grateful, that's your part. I am grateful, I am grateful for you. I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful for you. That was bad. But you can do better. You get 14 or 15 more verses and we'll get it. I am grateful for the food upon my table and the water that enables me to stay strong and able. I am grateful for the people who wrote the books I read that helped me through my days and nourished me like bread. I am grateful. Help me out. I am grateful, I am grateful for you. Each and every one of you, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful for you. I don't know if any of you have listened to the news lately. It's not nice, but it could be worse, right? I am grateful for these times, which may not be the best, but they surely aren't the worst, and I look forward to the rest. I am grateful for the air, which we all must share, and gravity as well. Even all the times I fell, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful for you. Each and every one of you, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful for you. And here's the best one. I am grateful for the love I feel within this place, and the hope that I still have for the human race. I am grateful for the days that I may still have to grace my beloved Mother Earth with the sun upon my face. Help me out. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful for you. Each and every one of you. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful for you. Each and every one of you. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful for you. Last time. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful for you. Each and every one of you. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful for you. Thank you. Welcome. In 1990, my son, Andrew, who's here tonight, where'd he go? Where'd you go, Andrew? Oh, there he is. He was over there. In 1990, this little guy was this little guy's age, who's I guess in the restroom over here. And we had one of those toy pianos. And he was plunking out a melody that kind of went on the piano. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And I said, what's the song about? And he said, well, it's about leaves on the trees, turning to colors that fall from the trees to the ground. And he just started saying stuff, and I just wrote it down. And this is that song. It's a little late in the fall. I apologize for that. But I sang it a couple of times ago at the Brick Chapel, and I screwed up half the verses. So I need redemption here. So it's a got another sing-alongable chorus, which is, oh, here comes the fall. So try this out. Here we go. Since we have kids here, I'm kind of starting with my upbeat stuff here. So if you're a kid, you gotta help out, okay? The worst thing to say, put them on the spot. Leaves on the trees will be turning to colors, colors that fall from the trees to the ground. We will be picking them up before winter comes. We will have leaves. We will have leaves for our growing collection. Oh, here comes the fall. 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 Clouds make the rain and some very big shadows. Sometimes they even make monsters that float through the sky. Soon it will snow from the insides of clouds, and the wind will come whistling quite softly and sometimes quite loud. Whoa, here comes the fall. 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 These will be covering the ground just like highways of rhythm that lead to the lands of enchantment. We'll run and we'll jump and we'll play in the leaves while the mist on the river flows up the valley like cotton. Oh, here comes the fall. Whoa, here comes the fall. Whoa, here comes the fall. Whoa, here comes the fall. Woo! Many years ago, during the 2007-2008 financial meltdown, I had had my best year ever. I had taught some neuro-linguistic training programs. And one week I had made $30,000, students signing up and for these courses. And a few months later, I ended up being homeless. And one of the people that I'd helped overcome a fear of speaking in public lived across the street, and he at that point had the largest mortgage company in Connecticut, and he lost it. It just was overnight gone. And he said to me, "Mark, I have an apartment that's being foreclosed on, and there's an empty apartment in there, and you can go live there until the bank takes it," which was a huge gift to me. And at the same time, a playwright in Westport who had written a play for some of the music that I had written for another project for kids, asked me if I would collaborate with her and create a children's musical. And in the children's musical, it all is in a dream, but this girl who is kind of doesn't fit in, and she's trying to hang out with the cool kids, and in a dream she goes to the kingdom of conformity. And of course she gets in horrible trouble in the kingdom of conformity because she just can't conform because she's an original, different thinker. And she's about to discover, she doesn't know it yet, but she's been ostracized from the kingdom of conformity, where everything's gray, by the way. And she's being sent to the forest, and she's afraid because in the forest you don't know what's out there. It turns out the forest was the best place to be, but she doesn't know that yet. So I had to have this main character in the play sing the song from a place of abject loneliness, longing for a place where she could belong. And I don't know if any of you have ever felt that longing for a place where maybe you weren't quite such a sore thumb and everybody else is also a sore thumb and we're all like sore thumbs together. This song came out of that, my experience of being homeless. And at one point, I went to visit my sister near Oneonta, and I was like, wow, it's really nice up here. I was living in New Haven at the time, in a not very good neighborhood. And I was like, geez, I'm not making any money in the city. I might as well go someplace beautiful and not make any money, you know what I mean? So this song was kind of written along that lines and realizing that there is a home, and we do have a home, and we kind of create it wherever we go with the people around us and the way we look at the world. So this song is called I Want to Go Home, and it's sung by that young girl who's just been sentenced to leave the kingdom of conformity, and she's about to discover that she's going to be hanging out in the forest of creativity. So it's sad, but it's also happy at the same time. And everything worked out just lovely, by the way, for me as well. So here we go. I wanna go home, where the faces are friendly, and you don't feel like an enemy behind the lines. I wanna go home, where songs are still sung by kids allowed to play outside in the sun. I wanna go home, 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 yes I wanna go home, I wanna go home. Helium balloons still escape from the hands of small children at firemen's parades. I wanna go home, where you can watch them fly up into the sky and finally out of sight. I wanna go home, 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 yes I wanna go home, I wanna go home, sunny summer nights. I wanna go home, where it's not against the law to think, and you're free to wander at the speed of light. I wanna go home, I wanna go home, I wanna go home, yes I wanna go home, I wanna go home, yes I wanna go home, I wanna go home. They don't tell you who you're supposed to be. Where they don't sell you a version of you that everyone else is supposed to see. I wanna go home, where your spirits are lifted and everyone's gifted with creativity. I wanna go home, and if we all insisted that it really existed, maybe it would come to be. I wanna go home, 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 yes I wanna go home, I wanna go home. Thank you. And right at that point, all the little forest creatures and elves come out giggling, and it all works out better than she could possibly imagine. Well, I'm in this tuning. So today, or actually yesterday, it's all a blur, I released a new song on my Mark Shepard Songs YouTube channel, and if you've never visited me there, I hope you'll check out Mark Shepard Songs on YouTube. I also have another channel called Healing Pastures Farm, and my whole story right now is about integrating some of the things I love to do into one thing, so I'm not quite as ADD about my life, you know? So all the different directions that I'm being called in, what if it was all the same direction? And I was trying to kind of figure out what songs I wanted to sing, and I realized that exactly a year ago I had recorded this song, On My Way, and this is the song that I wrote when my son Andrew, my wife at the time was 7 months pregnant with him, and I was 24 years old and I was scared. I didn't know if I would be able to support a family. I worked in a title insurance agency. It wasn't something that I'd ever planned to do or even liked doing. And at the same time, my grandmother was approaching her 100th birthday. And I just started thinking about, you know, where do we come from and where do we go and how am I supposed to do this life thing? And she had had 8 children and lived on a farm in upstate Western New York and had, you know, there was an extended family. There were grandparents and children, and she literally cooked for what, 11 people? 11 or 12 people on a wood cook stove in Western New York, and life was hard. There was a diary that she had kept when my dad, as a young child, was very sick. She was one of those people that just inspired me a lot. So kind of in the midst of that place, not knowing how I was gonna do this parenthood thing or make a living and all that stuff, her presence in my life was like, you know what, it's gonna be okay. And long lives kind of run in my family. My dad is 96. And we're having a good time over here. We got him some wheels this week. I've been threatening to get him like a little electric car. I don't know, he might be dangerous though. So it goes like this. And there's a chorus. If you want to sing along, it'd be awesome. It goes like this. When we walk out in the silence, will we be gone? Really gone for sure. And when we dance out in the distance, will we find the truth that cures? And we are blind, and we are lame, and we are full of doubt and shame. But in the end, no matter who we are destined for the stars. And I am finally on my way. I've seen my share of beautiful days. And I've heard much fine music play. I'm on my way, yes, I'm on my way. And we can dance upon the land, we can dance upon the sea, and you can dance in the air, and you can dance anytime with me. And I am finally on my way. I've seen my share of beautiful days, and I've heard much fine music play. I'm on my way, yes, I'm on my way. And we become who we say we are, and we are who we become. And if you ask me, there's only one who knows who we really are and where we really are from. And I am finally on my way. I've seen my share of beautiful days, and I've heard much fine music play. I'm on my way, yes, I'm on my way. I am finally on my way. I've seen my share of beautiful days, and I've heard much fine music play. I'm on my way, yes, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, yes, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. We're working on creating an event on the second Saturday of every month, except next month there is going to be a comedy show here on the second Saturday. So we're going to aim, if you want to kind of save the date, we're going to aim for the second Sunday, which is December 10th. And I'm starting to reach out to other musicians in the community. So the solo thing's fine, but I have kind of in my mind a band. If you actually do check out my YouTube channel, I did one concert with my band that I called the Rogue Mystics. I billed it as the last concert of the Rogue Mystics because it was also the first concert. I got some of the best musicians I had played with down in Albany, New York, and it came out really well. I'm trying to get people like John Ignatowski over here, who's an amazing guitar player, and I've just embarrassed him. And other people, and Ben, is Ben here? Is he still here? Ben, you're there. Ben has a barbershop quartet, and he's really busy during the holidays, but hopefully in January he can bring his quartet here and they can do a little guest spot and also help me on the singing along with the choruses part. And it's a lot of fun. When you sing with other people, it has a really deep and magical effect on everybody, and hopefully people will start to kind of get to know the songs a little bit. My challenge is I have over 500 of these songs. And one of my main projects, I call it A Life in Song. Like the last one on my way is song number 76. And I wrote that in 1985. So, and I don't think I've sung that, I haven't sung that song since maybe 1990 or something. So for me to have a reason to practice and a place to play where I don't have to travel all over the country to do it, I'm looking for a home. And I was a religion major, and I spent a year, a very frustrating year at Princeton Seminary. I was going to be a Presbyterian minister, and that just didn't really, it wasn't working. So there is a spirituality that I find everywhere, particularly as I farm. If you're involved with growing things, whether it's plants or animals, it's really hard to not notice that just being alive is a miracle, and you don't have to be religious to notice that. So I kind of like the idea of spiritual but not religious, a place where we can actually talk about stuff that matters and support each other in a community with music, with creativity, with ideas, and the ability to be there for each other, because the churches are not buildings. Churches are communities. And churches are also not a minister. They're not any one person. And we are living in a time when our communities are not the way they used to. And I think we need each other. And I'll say that a lot. But in 1980, I think I was getting ready to go to Princeton Seminary, and I was in a Presbyterian church down in Yorktown Heights, New York, which is where I grew up. And there was a new minister, and he actually, I think, came in from Plattsburgh. And right away, he ticked off like literally 50% of the congregation. People were very upset by certain things he said, certain things he didn't say, and there was a whole movement to fire him, and there was a lot of turmoil and angst. And one day I was going down to New York City because I wanted to make my way in Greenwich Village as a folk musician, and I met a guy on the train who happened to be a professor at NYU, and he was one of the new members of the church who really liked this minister. So there was this kind of conflict of the old guard who's like, this guy's bad, and the new people are like, but I like him, you know, and how do we interact with this? And he said on the train, you know, what's going on? Like, why do some people not like this guy? I feel like he ministers to me. And it really kind of struck me in my young years that there's something more going on in our communities, and we are all being challenged, no matter what your faith is, whether it's Buddhism or Judaism or Islam or Christianity or whatever it is, that when we come together in community, we often rub each other in those wounded spots. I just feel like my yearning is to have a home here in my neighborhood with people who I can be who I really am with in all my struggles, my weaknesses, the times that I get discouraged, and the times when I'm just filled with love and joy, because sometimes that can annoy people as well. I have experienced annoying people, if you will pick up on that. So anyway, this is a song I wrote at that time, and I also had the experience at that time. I was trying to do these Christian coffee houses, and I was never Christian enough. People would always come up and say, when are you going to sing some Christian songs? I'm like, I thought I was, but... So I just felt like, I guess I just don't belong anywhere. But this song is kind of about that. And I see the brick chapel from my backyard, and I imagine the generations of people who have gone there for weddings, funerals, baptisms, times of difficulty, times of joy. So this song is dedicated to this community. Will we risk tears at a moment's notice? Love that dares to show, arms that share the aching, eyes that always know. Will we dare to live our lives among the wide open spaces? Will we dare to reach inside, to touch and heal the damaged places? Will we dare to lose ourselves in the dangerous embraces? Will we risk tears at a moment's notice? Love that dares to show, love that dares to show, arms that share the aching, arms that share the aching, eyes that always know. And when the empty righteous ones tangle you aside with dulling exhortations that always fail to hide the deeper things around us that no pat answer can describe. Will we risk tears at a moment's notice? Love that dares to show, arms that share the aching, eyes that always know. Can you see the possibilities of living to the edge? You feel the sense of liberty in what some call sacrilege. Did you know that being fully human is a God-given privilege? Will we risk tears at a moment's notice? Love that dares to show, help me out. Love that dares to show, arms that share the aching, arms that share the aching, eyes that always know. Thank you. Whew. All right. Well, I'm going to finish up with a little sneak preview of next month. I'm going to be doing a program that I call Season of Light, and I do Season of Light all over New England and New York at schools, and it's a cultural celebration, a cultural collaboration. I use drums, songs, and stories to celebrate the Season of Light in a way that doesn't get me in too much trouble in schools. So it's kind of spiritual but not religious. It's somewhat neutral. But I share some stories. There's an Isaac Bashevis Singer story that I share about a parakeet that showed up on their windowsill during Hanukkah. And it's a wonderful story. And also, my drumming teacher celebrated Kwanzaa. And there's a story about him and how he discovered drums when he was young and how I discovered drums. The Season of Light is a song. And it's fun, so we're going to end on an upbeat moment here. And the Season of Light's about to happen. It's getting dark. We're missing the sun. It goes like this. May you be slow to anger, quick to forgive. May you have many, many reasons to live. May you be able to laugh at yourself May you have friends who are willing to help in the season of light. May your Uncle Charlie finally give up cigars. May you never get caught with your hands stuck in the cookie jar. May you be who you've always longed to be. May you receive something absolutely free in the season of life. Here's the chorus, help me out. Season of life. Season of life. Season of life. Season of life. May you get to sleep late every once in a while. May the clerk at the DMV greet you with a smile. May you never have to stand on line. May the patrolman give just a warning this time in the season of life. Yes, officer, thank you. Thank you very much, officer. Merry Christmas. May you be just a little bit kinder to yourself. May you experience abundance and health. May you be true to who you really are. May you look up and see a shooting star in the season of life. Help me out. Season of life. Season of life. Season of life. Season of life. May your plane or train or bus run right on time. Unless, of course, you are running behind. May the UPS truck bring stuff for you. May you never have to learn to sing the blues in the season of life. Big finish, here we go, everybody. Season of life. 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 Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you to the roadies for your hospitality in this wonderful place. And by the way, this place is available for rent. If you have any kind of event that you want to have, more people, and you don't want to clean your house, this place is available. Plus, there is delicious roadie burgers.